Good afternoon, we've absolutely loved this spot. However, we've had a warning about a big storm coming, strong winds, loads of rain, and the problem with rivers is they can go into flood. So my friends advised me to turn round and head to the nearest floating pontoon, and at least then that'll raise and lower with the river levels. So that's what we're going to do, but first we're going to stop and get some water. So the nearest floating pontoon I think is Anderton. However, there's lots of trees above that mooring, so I might head straight to Northwich. But first, water. So just in case you didn't know, mooring under trees in a storm, especially on rivers, it's a little bit dodgy, and Storm Floris is about to huff and puff at 47 to 54 miles per hour. The problem is, falling trees have a nasty habit of blocking canals, or worse, landing on boats. So we're on the hunt for a mooring that'll bob up and down with the river levels just in case it does flood, and preferably nowhere near anything tall, leafy or likely to fall on our heads. Cruise on a day like today, but because we had this weather warning and friends were advising us to get ourselves onto a floating pontoon, we are doing. But this is quite exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, dark clouds are in. It's just started to spit a little bit and wind's getting up already.
But the big winds are coming later tonight and tomorrow. I was really looking forward to exploring the other side of the river properly, but because of this stoppage anyway, you know, I'm stuck here for at least 8 to 12 weeks, so there's plenty of time to do that. And I don't think there's any floating pontoons that way. My friends were saying, get yourself to Anderton or to Northwich, and that's back this way. But this is boat life. Boat life is a wonderful life. You get to a lovely moor and you think, oh, I'm going to stay here now, but then your toilet needs emptying, your water needs filling, or you get a storm coming. So you've got to be ready to move at all times, and
dictated by the elements we are.
Yeah, and the toilet.
I think we're coming up to Water Point and Lock, so I'm going to let Heidi take over. Or you can talk me into it if you want. Or is it a bit too windy?
It's to you, whatever you feel confident with. You need to slow your revs down.
Right. Okay. Well, there's nobody about, but it is windy. It's like driving out wrong side of the road now, Heidi.
The way that I do it is I aim to be about 2 foot, 3 foot off by where I want to be, and then I can turn the tiller over and do a quick little blast, and then I'm in, and I do it very, very slowly. This is Gabby's first time mooring the boat. She's aiming to stop a couple of feet from the bank so we can gracefully wiggle our way in. I really wanted to learn, since her dream is to get her own boat one day, but also she's driving something that's just had a spanking new paint job. I'm calm on the outside, screaming on the inside, and my backside is clenched tighter than a mermaid's corset at high tide. Perfect, Gabs. So do you want to get us right in, or do you want me to?
No, you do that.
It's a quite high bank.
Talk me through it.
So what you need is your centre rope.
Yeah.
I'll pass it to you.
Yeah. What am I getting out?
Yeah, do you want me to bring We're closer in.
No, I'm alright.
Luckily, the wind blew us in very, very gently. So I'm just putting the wheel down because we're really going underneath this pontoon here. Oh gosh. Yay, we have water. So it's now time to get that tank filled right to the top, just in case I do have to hunker down for a few days. I want to show you what I mean about being on the rivers with the water levels, because you can see here my gunnel is completely underneath, and even though I've put one of those wheels down, it's not keeping it off the edge. That's the thing though, you see, when you've got a boat, if you are going to use it, you're going to get yourself some scratches, some battle scars as we call them, or as others call them, memories. You having a good time, Bonny?
Shall I put kettle on?
Yeah,
Let's see a cuppa.
Yeah, let's have a brew. So we're full of water. I'm here in Saltsford Lock now, but it is windy. Woohoo! And then it's just after this lock a short cruise, and hopefully then we'll get ourselves on one of these pontoons and hunker down. But you're going home tonight, aren't you, Gavs?
Yeah, I'm off home.
Enjoying it? Are you surfing?
I'm stretching my back muscles with my neck. We need Yorkshire tea on this boat. That's all I'm saying.
So that's the lock done, and it seems to have gone very, very calm. The sun's started to shine. There's not much wind. So hopefully it's all going to be good. That's the trip boat that's just gone past for the Anderton boat lift, which is still out of action. Here coming up now is the floating pontoons that you do go to in the sort of stormy conditions. This storm might be nothing. It's always good to be careful and cautious, and because two of my mates had messaged me and said get on a float pontoon, I thought, you know, let's do it. What the heck, eh? But yeah, the Anderton boat lift's still out of action, as is the culvert between Ellesmere Port and Chester, which they've estimated now 12 weeks. But also we've got the Rochdale shut, the Huddersfield Narrow shut, the Leeds Liverpool shut. Lots of people said to me, Heidi, just go across the Mersey again, because I crossed the Mersey last year, and go to Liverpool and beyond. But if I cross the Mersey and get to Liverpool, I think it's £15 a night, and I can't really go much beyond that, so can't afford to do that. You know, there's no point paying to get somewhere where you can't get anywhere. Other people were saying just go across the ship canal to Manchester, go that way. Well, again, there's nowhere to go once you get there from Manchester, because of the Bridgewater, that's breached. And then the Peak Forest and the Maxfield canals are now closed again. There's a sill gone, I think, at Bosley. So I'm stuck here on the Weaver until a miracle happens. Oh, that wind's getting up in it. Woo! But you just got to make the best of it. There's no point being miserable. It's just my plans for this year are not going to happen. But there's always next year, isn't there? You know? And I'm sure when the stoppages are all lifted, then we'll get on our adventures then. But who says this isn't an adventure? Well, I'll tell you what, myself and even you lot are going to know every mooring and every part of this River Weaver by the time everything opens up again. To mention that even though the boat lift is closed, as in it's not working to take boats up and down to the main canal network and to the river, the centre's still open and they have a lovely little cafe there. There's a shop and they do lots of free events on quite a few weekends, don't they? There was a Victorian weekend a couple of weekends ago. Obviously I went to the big steam rally weekend that happened and the pirate weekend. So they do lots of things, and obviously this all raises money to help with the Canal and River Trust because they're massively underfunded. And as much as I get really frustrated with things breaking down and that, at the end of the day it's a 200-year-old network and the government cut the funding to it, and most of it is run by volunteers, and also it's a charity. So, you know, you got to think sort of globally and bigger sometimes, if that's the right word, rather than thinking, oh, look at what this impact is on me and that. At the end of the day, it's a massive task to keep this heritage alive, and you know, everyone's doing what they can. You're looking, aren't you?
Yeah, I've seen loads of my whole life today.
We thought before we thought it may be an otter.
I think it was an otter. I saw it to the left when you went to the right.
But we're not sure if we caught it on camera. My front camera's going, so hopefully if we got it, we got it. Well, that's just amazing. That made our day just seeing it. You know, look at this. Bloody beautiful. So we've just moored up here now at Northwich. We're on a floating pontoon, so hopefully we're going to be all right. This is a lovely mooring because you've got the town centre right there, you've got beautiful nature just there, and it's gated this, so you know you need to have a key to get in and out, so it's quite secure as well. But it's fab. We're now going to take little bonbons for a bit of an adventure, a bit of a walk, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a lovely pub there where we played like a shuffle game a few weeks ago and I beat Heidi. Just
anyway,
saying.
Rematch tonight.
Yeah, maybe.
So good afternoon. Gabby went home last night and I was here on my own, and there was the odd little gust but nothing to write home about. But today, well later on today and tonight, Storm Floris is going to be kicking off full pelt apparently. So whilst I've been moored here, I've been able to pick up lots of my deliveries, and I picked this up, which I'll just show you. Whilst we're waiting for Storm Floris to get going, I thought I'll show you. So this is from Lucas and his partner. And it's sort of every bit of cooking gadget that you need, as in bowls, and there's also measurers, there's like a sieve, a colander. But what's really good about it is it all fits into one space. It's like having one bowl, as it were. So they sent me that, bless them, because they said, because they've got a sailing yacht, that it's always about saving space, and it really is on a boat. And also we've got rum. So that wind is proper getting up now, And I always keep my bungs in the towpath side because that's the town centre and people can look in and then just have the beautiful views of the nature out of the side hatch there. But let me show you these gifts. So I've got these 2 big bottles here, these 2 bottles of rum. These were sent from Alex, so thank you so much, Alex Reed. He always sends me some quirky little things. And I've never had these before. One's a pineapple rum, which will be perfect for the Pina Colada Festival in a couple of weeks. And one's a spiced rum. So thank you very much. And then I got this, which I've not had before. Now, I did open this last night just to have a taste. This is a Copperberg rum. And this is from, let me read you this note because it made me laugh. This was left on my boat at Acton Bridge. It says, to Heidi and Bonny, we missed you at Crick Boat Show with your bottle of rum, so we drank it. But we were passing and saw you moored up, so went and bought you a petrol station finest. Thank you for your vlogs, we so enjoy them. Best wishes to you both, happy cruising, love Helen and Ian and Tinkerbell, the Scotty dog. So it looks like the storm's pretty much ended, so I'm just going to pour a rum, and whilst I am pouring this, a huge thank you to this week's pirate crew. Look at that, it's purple. Woohoo! So after all that preparations and battening down the hatches, getting myself supplies on board and getting all cosy, Storm Floris, she came for about 20 minutes, shot a load and left. That was it. It was quite exciting to watch it all unfold outside the side hatch though. You know, the wind was blowing across and the rain was coming. It was all big whirl, but the river's fine. It's not going to flood. And now we've just got a little bit of a blow going on. Nothing dangerous, nothing like they expected it to be, unless it's in different parts of the country a lot worse. But I felt quite sheltered here, just having the town on one side and the trees and stuff on the other. All good, all over and done with. So I'm going to have this little bit of a rum now. And I promise you, it's not meths, even though it's purple. It is this Copperberg, so let's give it a try. Woohoo! Sweat the lips. And it is very nice. It's very sweet. And it's got a burn, which is what I like. I like to feel it when I'm having a rum. So I'm going to leave the video here. If you have enjoyed it, please do give us a big thumbs up. It really helps the channel. Subscribe down below if you haven't already. And before I go, just a massive thank you to my lovely, gorgeous patrons. So that's it. Please take care, stay safe, and I'll see you next week.